Hello friends, Koolio here, and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we're going to be taking a look at Sword of CONVALLARIA and whether or not this game is worth playing in 2026. Now, if you guys have never heard of Sword of CONVALLARIA, this is a pixel art style tactical gacha RPG developed and published by XD Entertainment. And one of the main reasons why I wanted to check out this game is I've actually never covered it here on the channel. It released in July of 2024, and that was during the time where I wasn't making YouTube videos, and so I never got a chance to actually play this game. Also, we just covered Etheria Restart, which is another game developed and published by XD Entertainment. So I figured it just made perfect sense to check out one of their other games. Now, if you guys enjoy this style of video, want to see more videos like this on games I've never covered here on the channel, or maybe take a look at older titles, then make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. All right, so here we are in Sword of CONVALLARIA. I've been playing it over the last week or so, and I gotta say, this is probably like one of my favorite gacha games of like all time. I've been having an absolute blast with this game. The combat, the characters, the storyline, everything is so good. And I haven't even like really scratched the surface when it comes to this game. There is so much depth to the characters, the story, the events, and the combat itself that I'm definitely not going to be able to cover everything in this video. But I do want to highlight probably the first main thing that I really, really like, and that's got to be the combat system. The combat system in this game is really, really good, and it's super in-depth. I'm definitely not going to be able to cover everything that the combat system has to offer. It's got things like elevation, it's got environmental dangers, hazards, movement, buffs, debuffs. It just, there's too much. There's different types of, environmental interactive items that you can, that your characters can interact with, giving you bonuses and damages, and it's crazy. There's just too much for me to cover. So I'm just going to turn on auto combat, let my characters kind of go through and do some damage, which is another thing that I actually want to mention is I feel like the combat in this game strikes a really, really good balance between people that want challenging and engaging gameplay in their combat systems and those people that just don't have the time to sit here and try to defeat every single stage because it's so difficult and you have to manually do it yourself. The game has a really decent auto combat system, I would say. Most of the characters, once you turn on auto combat, usually try to go for the single target kill, as far as I'm aware of. And I've also noticed that there's been a couple of stages where I've literally died or lost because the auto combat just wasn't good enough. And most of those stages weren't basic, combat stages like what I'm showing you guys right here. They were more like puzzle stages where you actually had to think your way through. And I love that. I think that is so good, especially in the Witcher 3 collaboration they're doing right now. They have some like amazing little side stories that you can play through that are very challenging puzzle-wise and not necessarily like combat-wise, if that makes sense. So another reason why I actually wanted to cover this video is they have their Witcher event collaboration going on, right? And I got crazy lucky with the summons for this, for the banner. So I'll actually show you. I got a double pull with both Geralt and Yennefer. But when I was jumping into this game and I realized, I'm like, oh my gosh, like they've got Witcher 3 characters. They've got a collaboration, like one of the biggest collaborations I've ever seen in a game. Oh crap, I missed out on some of the banners for Geralt and Yennefer and Ciri. Well, don't worry. They actually just announced over on their Facebook page a couple days ago that they're going to be doing reruns of Geralt, Yennefer, and Ciri's banners starting on January 9th. So if you're somebody that wanted to participate in this event and you feel like you missed out on those banners, at least they're doing reruns, which I think is really great. Now, along with the banner they've got right now, they've got a lot of events, like too many for me to cover. Again, this is a video that I'm only barely touching the surface when it comes to the amount of content this game has to offer. So one of the other things I think is really smart is you can go in, you can summon, you can get these characters for free. But if you want to drop money, you can get these absolutely incredible skins for these characters. They look so good. And the reason why I love this is it incentivizes players to actually spend money on the game without there being a pay-to-win element. So like this Sorceress of Maribor costume, holy crap, it looks so good. I honestly want to buy it so bad. The Lilac and Gooseberries one looks amazing. Now this one is a Make-A-Wish one that eventually you get the ultimate prize of her skin. And then we got the White Wolf decor skin for Geralt. They look amazing. They look so good. Then you got the Witcher selection event going on as well. This is just a summoning banner, but you do get 10 summoning tickets for free. The Hunt the Lord story event, I wish, like I would go through and kind of talk about this with you guys, but this is such an intense like event. There's so much stuff to cover with this event. that it's going to be too much to cover in a video talking about a game, whether or not I think it's worth playing in 2026, along with updates to Voyage of Discovery and Converging Paths, inspired by The Witcher 3. Now, if you're somebody that's never played this game and this is your first time jumping into it and you feel like maybe you missed out on like the launch rewards and stuff like that, there's a lot of stuff going on in this game. You've got the Elysium welcome gift, the New Year gifts going on right now that you can log and get a bunch of sweet stuff. The Fresh Start program is a great way to jump in and level up your account super fast. Just make sure you're jumping in there and consuming your 300 stamina. I actually missed a few days, so I'm a little bit behind, but this is a really good way to level up your account super, super fast. I believe this is a rerun of a previous event. At least it's marked down as remastered. And then just a lot. There's a lot in this game. But honestly, I love it. I think this game is so good. I love the art style. I love the combat system. The stories are great. I love home decorations. You can go through and decorate your house however you want. In fact, I actually just got a new sofa, so I might as well drag that on here. Let's put that in front of my little reading area and save. Look at that. I've customized it. I've decorated it, which I think looks awesome. And if you want to go spend money for the cosmetics for the Witcher 3 event, you can, and you can make this look even better. But I do want to jump in and I want to talk about the characters, because they do have an upgrade system that's pretty similar to other gacha games, such as a leveling system. The levels of your characters can't surpass your overall account level. You have a basic common experience that you use that you can do, daily trials and grinds and stuff to get that, to level up your characters. Stuff like that is pretty straightforward, right? You've got an equipment system. You can use duplicates to enhance your equipment. You can use duplicates to enhance the overall traits of your characters, to star rank them up. But that's what leads me to one of my favorite things about this game. And if you guys are like a fan of this channel, if you guys have followed the channel for a while, you know that I really like it when games have a sense of visual progression. So if you actually go in and you check out some of the skins for some of these characters, which by the way, this skin is great. Chicken Dinner Mytha, I love it. But they have this other one right here. This will unlock for your character when they reach star level 5. Now, not every character is going to have that. I believe only like the legendary characters have it. But I love the fact that that is a system that they've included. Once you get in a character to 5 stars, you're going to unlock the Ascended skin. I think that's so cool. I love it. I love it when they have stuff like that in a game. But I think, hands down, my favorite aspect of the character progression system is the rank up system. Now, you can go through, you can rank up your characters, and the highest rank that they can achieve is based off of what level they hit. For example, for this one, I have to hit, I believe, level 35 in order to continue to upgrade. She just hit level 30, so I can now rank her up. And you just use basic materials that you can do through the daily grind. So we'll go ahead and we'll just upgrade her, get some increases to the overall stats. But what I really, really like about this system is this talent tree system. You can build the characters the way that you want to. You can also go through and you can spend these resources to, I believe, to unlock both of them. So actually, we'll just go through and we'll just spend one of these. There we go. Corruption. There we go. So I've actually got them both unlocked. But if you don't want to go through and spend this sort of exclusive, materials in order to unlock these, it's kind of fun to go through and build the characters based off of what you need them for. So for example, for her, I kind of went the shadow side. I went for some Yennefer heals, an AoE heal that damages enemies but also heals allies. And then for the rank 5, I went with the evasive shift to give her a little bit of a chance to survive longer. But I love that. I love that that's a system that this game has, that you can go through and you can customize your characters based off of the way you want them to play. I'm very interested to see how people use this rank up system and how they've built their characters. For example, for Geralt here, I've gone the battle tree side. I believe this does a little bit more damage, but also a little bit more survivability on this side. And then you got the sign side too, which I believe is more focused on buffs that he can eventually activate. Maybe this side's a little bit more defensive and this side's more damage focused, but I think that's definitely a highlight that this game has, is that customization of your characters and the pixels, the different skins that you can lock for them as well. And then you get them to 5-star and you unlock this absolutely amazing Ascended skin, which looks so good. And I've also seen that some of this artwork will pop up when they're doing ultimate skills. It doesn't happen all the time, but I think that's really great. Another thing that I want to talk about is their skill system that they have. You can go through and set up different presets depending on how you want your character to function. Again, something that can tie in with their rank system. You've also got their different equipments. I've already talked about this as well, but you got the upgrade and ranking system for this. It's pretty straightforward. I think I actually have a couple of duplicates, so if I wanted to, I could go in and I could upgrade the star ranking on this, so we might as well just do that. Get some of that increased damage. And some of these weapons are they're pretty interesting, pretty unique. I actually ended up unlocking Ciri. She was the first Witcher character that I got. And then I was lucky enough to actually unlock her specific weapon, the Witcher swords. Before activating any sign skill, increase the attack and defense by 60% until the start of the turn. This is something that I believe coincides with her charge sign skill that she's got right here. So yeah, again, great. She's a great character. Lots of movement, lots of DPS damage behind her. She can get right into the enemy's territory and absolutely destroy them. Another system that I actually just recently came across, and I don't know how I ended up missing it, is this heart system, this bond system you can go through. You get a certain amount of this material, this spiritual forging that you can then spend on these characters to increase your overall bond with them. And as you increase it, you get increased attributes. So yeah, I didn't know that that was a thing until like literally earlier today when I was getting ready to do this video. But Sword of Convallaria is a very, very good game. A lot of very in-depth systems. They've got an entire battle guide to go over the interactive objects that you can find in the game. Why is this not opening? There we go. Explosive barrel, wine barrel. You've got battle mechanics to go through. Assassin jump, defeat with terrain, fall damage, shield. Just a lot. There's a lot in this game. There is a lot of mechanics when it comes to the combat. I even wanted to talk a little bit about PvP, but I feel like that's going to drag the video on even more, such as the minecart and the PvP system, which is so fun. The PvP is a lot more interesting than I would say a lot of other gacha games have. You've got this sort of base building mechanic that you can use to defend your base, but then when you go to attack other players, you have to destroy these things, give them a slight advantage. Yeah. Anyways, there's almost too much for me to talk about in this game, so I figured let's end the video by doing some summons, because that's the best way to do it. I think I'm just going to keep summoning on the Sword of Convallaria and the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. There's only about like 2 weeks left in this event, and I might as well get as many duplicates of these characters as I can. And maybe I'll get lucky and get some crazy pulls like I had earlier. Like, I cannot believe I got Geralt and Yennefer in a single pull, which was absolutely insane. So we'll just skip through all this. Ooh, Suppression, by the way, best looking character. This guy, holy crap, he looks so cool. All right, I believe we can do at least one more. Why not? Let's just do it for the video. Will I get anything? Probably not. Oh, I actually did get something. Oh, Enforcer. Not something super crazy. And wow, she looks so good. Lash. I like the name of the characters too. I think it's fun. So we got a couple new characters. Nice. Anyways, there you guys go. That is Sword of Convallaria. Is it worth playing in 2026? Absolutely. This is like a full-fledged tactical RPG game with a gacha system that's honestly pretty generous. I haven't spent any money on this game, and I already have all of the Witcher characters, and I still have a ton of content to play through. And actually good content, not just like basic grind stages to get through the story and stuff like that. No, like really good event content to go through, reruns of previous events, and more stuff to come. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos on this game, let me know down below in the comments. Maybe I'll make a video on the Hunt of the Forest event, maybe a video on the PvP, whatever you guys like. Well, friends, my name's Koolio, and I'll see you next time.